Hey everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey, and I am here today to share with you how I planned in my Be Happy, Be Bright, Be You Happy Planner for the week of November 7th through 13th. There is a good look at last week. I absolutely loved how it turned out. It was super awesome to use all week, and I really did love it. So that's what I'm hoping to emulate again this week is a page where I'm just really inspired by my planner and want to cross off all those things and get to things on time and all that stuff. So hopefully you have weeks that you love just as much. Now I'm going through my stickers. I'm looking for these school bus stickers that I had recently purchased off of Etsy. I wanted to use them for the first thing that I put down right there on Monday morning. And of course, where did I put those? They're kind of hidden or whatever, but these are also the stickers that I'm going to use for the rest of the week as well. And so there's a good look at them. So there's those school buses. I'm going to pair that with that round out and about sticker. It's so cute. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. And then this occurred to me to put that little school bus right there in the center, and I positively love it. I think it just turned out so cute, and I think it's just such a great way to pair a couple of stickers together. Ordinarily, you'd put a little icon sticker in the center, but I love it with the school bus. Now I'm going to use that little tab sticker to notate an event, a doctor's appointment, and then just add the cute little icon to go with it. Obviously, you would totally not even have to use the icon. It would be good enough to just add the text about the doctor's appointment, but I thought it would be a fun way just to dress it up and make it a little bit cuter because like I said, I was super inspired by last week and some of the little touches that I put on some of the different stickers, and so I figured why not try that again this week and maybe with a few different things as well. I'm going for a yellow and blue with pops of orange color scheme this week. It's not really fallish, but when it gets finished and it's all put together, I feel like it's kind of got that muted color scheme that feels kind of fallish. Like you wouldn't look at it and say, oh yeah, fall. But I feel like the way that it all comes together, it has more of a muted flair versus than a really colorful summer or late spring. Now I'm also using some of my favorite stamps. Of course, that to-do stamp to notate my Monday to-do list, but then also I want to break out a lot of my Sweet Stamp Shop stamps and use those as well. So I'm going to use that plate, fork, knife, spoon stamp to notate my dinners for the week. So I'm going to stamp that right down there, and then I'm also going to pull out from the same set the word that says dinner and add that right next to the Monday. Not that it's not totally obvious, it's just a little detail that I like to add that I think looks really cute and gets the job done. Now you saw right there how I store all of my mini inks. You can also see that I really only have a handful of them. I don't have some big huge drawer full of planner inks, and I feel like I've got a rainbow of colors and it really does the job. I don't need a whole lot more than that. I did recently order a purple and I'm waiting for it to arrive because I don't have a purple ink pad, but I feel like if I have a rainbow of colors, that's kind of good enough for me. I don't need 40 different ink colors. So now I'm ready to move on to Tuesday, and I know that I have a phone call and I want to use a sticker to notate that. I could absolutely use a stamp. I totally have a telephone stamp or something else, but I have kind of in mind layering a few different stickers together, including a phone call sticker, and so it just kind of takes a little bit of looking through what I have and figuring out how to pair them together. So first, I'm going to lay down these two label stickers. I love to use them together, and I love to stagger them to keep them a little bit more interesting and to keep your eye kind of moving around. I feel like if you line them up perfectly, you have two things going there. One, the pressure to make sure that they're lined up perfectly. And then second of all, it's just not very interesting. If you stagger them a little bit, it makes your eye like, oh yeah, look at that. And it just makes it a little bit more fun as well. So to notate the particular call, you can see I layered the arrow, the speech bubble, and the call sticker together, and I just love that. And as I've mentioned before, I like to be cognizant of layering stickers together that are, so for example, that particular one, there's a lot of those stickers on that sheet. So I don't want to use specialty stickers in layering so much, in that they're a little bit more expensive, they cost a little bit more, and not only that, but if I only have one or two, I don't want to use them and cover it up. So I usually layer plain stickers together, or plain stickers with a more interesting sticker. As you can see, for Tuesday afternoon, I used that Sweet Stamp Shop circle stamp. It is from the basic tab set. It's really truly a favorite of mine. I love to use it. I love adding the circle, especially in planner pages where a lot of the elements tend to be squares or rectangles. Adding that circle really just changes it, and not only makes it more interesting to look at, but just really makes the whole design sort of flow together a little bit more. Now I'm also already partially finished with Wednesday because for some reason I jumped ahead, added the arrow and the school bus as well. And maybe it's overkill using two school buses on the layout. I don't know. It's possible. But I love them and they're super cute. And so, you know what? For the first week I use them. If I use two, so be it, right? So now I've added my little bubble checklist in the Tuesday, the bottom box section, so I can add my to-do lists right there. And it's kind of a challenge to keep finding different ways to make those headers different. So what I've done is I've pulled out this stamp set from Sweet Stamp Shop that I don't usually use as often. I think it's banner flags or planner flags. Planner flags is what it is, actually, I think it's called. And it overlaps a little bit into the two boxes next to it, but I don't even care. Like, I think it looks really cute right there, and I definitely think I will move this over into a set that I use more often because I'm really happy with how that turned out right there. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I can also see how you could use that to break up some of the boxes as well. Like if you put it in the center of a box, you could definitely create definition within the box. So now I'm stamping on Wednesday as well, just using the stamp from the More tabs and then also that cute little basketball, and I stamped it in an orange ink. It's a Versacolor ink. I've talked about these before. They're a pigment ink. They're very inexpensive. You can often get them for 40% off at Joann's online, and they do a great job. They don't bleed. The lighter colors definitely don't shadow. I don't have any problems with the darker colors also. They give you a good clean impression, and they're very inexpensive and come in a wide variety of colors. So now I'm going to stamp in the to-do section of my Wednesday. I'm going to stamp not only the to-do list, but also the header as well, using my good old favorite Stuff to Do stamp. And I just really am loving that I came back to stamping a little bit more. Not that I haven't always stamped in my layouts, because I have, but I kind of got away from doing a lot of it for a while there, and I just really love the combination of stamping and stickers. I just think it gives it a little bit more interest. It's very fun, and that's really a great way to spend the time planning the week. So now I'm moving on to the second half of my week, which is always very exciting because the second half of the week is awesome, right? For lack of a better way to put it, the weekend. So now I'm going to start on Thursday, and I wanted to do a little bit of layering. So I added that corner stamp and then stamp to do, except for some reason I had inked up the stamp before I put the sticker down, and so it had dried out a little bit. So I had to re-ink the stamp, but no big deal. It worked out fine, and I was able to layer it so that you couldn't see that I had inked it twice. And then I also added this checklist stamp so I could get all of those to-dos taken care of, and then also my meal planning for Thursday evening. We ordinarily go out to dinner on Friday and Saturday nights, so I don't always add a place for meal planning on Friday and Saturday nights because of that. So some weeks I do, and then I just write out or whatever next to it. And this week I chose not to, just for no good reason at all. I just decided not to do that this week. Now there's one of my favorite techniques, adding a little arrow sticker that points to an icon and then writing on top of the icon the information. Just really like the way that turns out. The arrows are cute and colorful, and then the icons are also really just a fun, whimsical way to add decoration to the page while remaining completely and totally functional. So now for my Friday to-do list, I use that list sticker, which is so cute. I absolutely love it. But then on top of it, I added the stamp. So it's not only just a block for making a list, but then now I also have the check marks, which I absolutely love, because I'm not going to lie, I love checking things off of a list. It always makes me feel so accomplished to look down and see that I managed to get all of the things finished that I needed to do that day. So now I'm planning into the weekend, and as you saw, I had my sticky notes down there for my things that were the activities and events that are happening over the weekend. So now I'm just going to transfer that information onto stickers that I choose and that go both theme and size wise for the events and activities we have planned. And that's kind of the neat thing about having a wide variety of supplies available, is that you're able to match them to what you need them to be. So I don't always need a huge sticker, and I don't always need a small sticker. It varies from time to time about what's going on. Now on Thursday, for some reason, I didn't finish my planning, and quite frankly, I know that I didn't on Friday either, so I'll be coming back to that as well. I layered a few different stickers together. It is the quarter box where I can write the actual information, and then I used the circle stickers to kind of give it a little bit of decoration, but it's still fairly functional, even though I've combined a plain sticker with something that is definitely decorative. I'm loving the use of blue this week on this layout. I don't know why, I'm just really inspired by this shade of blue lately. So it's just really fun for me, and I'm hoping that this does all come together the way that I mentioned for last week, that I loved last week, and I was so excited about how it looked. So I'm hoping the same is true for this week as well. So now I'm hunting through my stickers for the perfect sticker, which is very difficult sometimes because there are so many choices, and sometimes I know, oh, what am I going to put right here? I finally settle on this reminder sticker that does overlap into Saturday, but again, I really like the way that that looks. I like the overlap and everything not being linear and sticking right inside the boxes. And then I want to add something that I can notate that there's no school. Now, of course, there's lots of different ways. I could use a sticker that says no school. I could use a whole bunch of different things to notate this, but I'm kind of trying to find a clever way or a fun way to do that, especially since the rest of the week feels pretty fun. So I have to go through all the stickers that I have and try to find something like that and see which one will win out. Now I decide to take one of those alarm clock stickers, which is kind of ironic because with the no school is no alarm clock. So I guess that's kind of where it goes, right? I don't have to draw any hands on that alarm clock, and just notate that there is no school that day. Now, of course, I'm not finished. I need to also add a little bit more information and activities, but I'm first going to put down this cute little weekend banner. It's a little bit different than some of the other weekend banners that we have in some different collections and different months, and I kind of like that. It changes it up a little bit. It's not probably my favorite banner sticker that we've ever had, but it's really a fun way to change things up and make it a little bit different. Now, as you can see, I've put my week all back together. I'm getting finished and nearing the end of the actual planning. So it's time to kind of start thinking about adding maybe a little bit of decoration. To be perfectly honest with you, I could stop right now and it would be fine. I think it's perfectly cute and I'm very happy with it. But I might as well add a couple of these decorative elements that I have available in spaces where there isn't anything going on. So I've added a couple of fun quotes, and then now I'm going to take these beautiful leaves and add those in just a couple of different places. And I'm not adding it in 3 because there isn't really room to do it in 3 different places, but I am going to add it in 2 different places and really draw your eye from the top to the bottom. That's it for me for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoyed my video, and it also lets YouTube know the types of videos that you like to see. Also, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.